the aviation world. What exactly is happening and how well are we taking it? Are we likely to keep flying, or do we have broken wings? What exactly are we likely to say about the business of air travel? How lucrative is this? Joining us this time on State of the Nation live in our studios is Abdul Razak Saidu, and he's the Secretary General of the Aviation people here in the country. We'd like to say welcome to the program. Very quickly, tell us the issues that many people are going through. When we talk about aviation, we've seen one too many airlines go down or go under, making people ask the big question, how lucrative is the air travel business in the country? Comrade Saidu.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, you have to know that aviation business is capital intensive. And when you don't have the capital, there's no need for you to dabble into that business. So therefore, you must be ready to have enough capital to be able to go into aviation business, that is airline business. But you know, what we are seeing for the past is the political interference on the part of past governments in terms of decision or directive, rather than using professional and technical way of, handling aviation in this country. So this has affected the growth of the aviation. When you talk of infrastructure, maintenance, training, and retraining of aviators. So the past governments, they have really neglected the aviation, and it has affected aviation to today.
We've seen a whole lot happening in the aviation world. There's been a couple of bailouts that we saw the last time. And if you also look at it, many are still talking about the professionals in the sector. And this is the first time many Nigerians are saying we have someone who understands what aviation business is like, running the affairs of the ministry at the moment. So what exactly, perhaps let's space it more, talk about the issues and put this side by side with the operators of the sector.
Thank you very much. You see, until this current Minister of State Aviation came in, the industry has been in comatose. Instead of facing the infrastructural one, the technical aspect of it, they were putting up buildings, fancy buildings that has no bearing in the infrastructure that is supposed to move the aviation forward in terms of air navigation, landing, runways, and so on and so forth. We keep on putting buildings up that has no impact. But when this minister came in, went around and he saw that yes, there must be infrastructure. We cannot wait until there is accident and people lost their life at the wrong way in Abuja before it is closed now. And they cannot be saying that it must be partial, because when you want to land, there can be mistake. Mistake, pilot mistake, human being mistake. So that is the reason why we are supporting that airport should be closed. And when we cried out, we have seen more than 90% supporting our position. So that because of safety. So when you talk about airline, yes, it's true. It is the past government signing the Yamoussoukro agreement when we are not prepared for it. That is open sky, dual destination, giving the foreign airlines the room to come and dictate the market, aviation market, to the indigenous airlines. So tell me, whether it is Medview or Arik or whatever, that they give, I think it's flag carrier, they call it not national carrier, flag carrier. There's no place they give them dual destination. It's only one point. So for them to be talking that they cannot go to Kaduna, yes, you are not even supposed to go to Abuja. You are supposed to come to Lagos and leave your country from Lagos. You are not to be in Enugu, Port Harcourt, Kano, and Abuja. But the capital reason is that these people came and dictate the market, take all the whole money to their own, without we bringing their own money to our own country.
All right.
So it is good for the minister right now to review the BASA.
Very quickly, let's look at the operators now that we already know the issues. Perhaps a bit of understanding from the operators' perspective will make us understand what exactly we are into.
You see, thank you very much. We have different types of operators. We have about 2 or 3 groups. We have those ones that wanted to have airline on their own. And we have those ones that are really professional. They went into that business. I will name them. But we have the ones that come into this industry to bastardize the industry. And I will now...
I wouldn't want us to name those that have come to bastardize the industry.
but the events will unfold itself. Okay. I will tell you, the event has unfolded, because when you see the issue of aero contractors, you see, it has something to do with AMCON. Now another one is has come up, which we think that we must have to ask questions. And that question is the indebtedness of this airline. There was nothing like airline owing so much before the coming into being of some airlines. When that airline came, they were the one that were encouraging indebtedness. So they now continue to be owing until they are unable to pay. Tell me, how can an airline be owing passenger services?
But keep in mind that they haven't said that they are unable to pay, and that is why
they are not going to pay. How can you say you want to pay? What do you want to pay? When a passenger paid 5%, a passenger, when you travel, you paid. They collected your own tax from you. And they refuse to pay to the government.
You know why I want us to look at the operators?
They don't want to turn that one as a debt. It's not debt.
Because
that is corruption.
It looks like
that is stealing by
no. I think less careful with words. Yeah, it looks like one too many. This is not the first time we're getting to see. There must be something that the operators are going through that just might be inimical to their smooth operation in the sector or in the country.
Yeah,
don't you think so?
You are right. That is what we are saying. That some, they don't have the knowledge of it. They came into that because they want to own an airline. And when they employ, they want cheap labor. They want cheap labor. They don't employ good hands. And again, they don't follow the rules and regulations as laid down by ICAO. So they collapse. You can count them. So, but there are some that are very genuine. I can name them, but
no, we won't name the genuine, and we won't name the bastardized one. We won't name names here.
But there are some that has been taken over by AMCON, by the federal government.
So what do you think? What do you think about the takeover? What do you think about the takeover by AMCON?
It's welcome. I will tell you that AMCON has that right to recover their money. Sometimes
whose money?
The money that they assisted in making the banks to borrow, Arik. Yes. And make sure, to note that the service providers also are being owed. Arik are owing NCA, NAMA, FAN.
You're the Secretary General of the Nigeria Aviation Professionals.
Yes.
What effort has your body made before this AMCON takeover?
Okay, thank you. We have made a lot of efforts. This is an anti-union, anti-worker management in Arik. I think you get me. So it's anti-worker, You know that we have pushed.
Very quickly.
That is the reason. That is the reason why you saw that the place was pushed. The place was locked. There was industrial crisis there before this takeover.
So quickly, going forward. Sorry, because we really had to time. Going forward, the future of aviation, how bright or gloomy is it?
I think the shortcut is for the federal government to take over Arik as the national carrier, because the debt is too much. Look, they don't pay the lease of land, the rentage of the land to anybody.
But the government still couldn't handle its own aviation, its own airline. So what's the difference?
Yes, there is difference because they hijacked Nigeria Airways. Nigeria Airways was not owing the amount that they said they
And you don't think the federal government or the federal government through AMCON is trying to hijack Arik?
No, it's not hijacking. It's not hijacking. Now, let me tell you, whenever any service providers ask Arik that they are owing, Arik will say, no, let us reconcile. they will not see that they are owing. Let them pay, they will not pay. So then, what are you telling me? Can somebody be running his own personal business at the expense of government? No, at all. So I think AMCON, if there is no any monetary between them, they will not take over that place. They have not paid staff. They don't pay the service providers. They don't pay anybody. Then where is the money? Where has the money gone to?
Well, we hope that well, in the days to come, we should be able to have AMCON and the managers of Arik Air now to come on the program. We would like to thank you, Abdulrazak Saidu, Secretary General, Association of Nigeria Aviation Professionals.